forced its way into the crack in the side of the mountain that the anteater had first crawled out. Sen knew the holy angel's strength was no match for the devil ant king, and that it would have less room to maneuver and dodge attacks in the tiny cave the creature had run to. If it came down to a fight of strength versus strength, the odds were far in favor of the ant winning. A bruised Sen gathered his strength and waited in anticipation for the return of the holy angel. You're in the devil ant's territory now. Please be careful. Unable to follow the holy angel after the ant king, Sen stared at the hole that the pair had gone through. Seconds that trickled into minutes, and minutes that trickled into hours. Before he knew it, the sun was already beginning to set. Growing worried that something had happened, that something had appeared. The princess of the moon and the prince of the sun. Immediately, the two royal spirits shined a silver and gold light as they waited for his orders. With a nod, he gave them their orders. You're going in after the holy angel and the ant king. I need you to help back me up if we end up getting cornered. As the two spirits silently agreed, Sen crawled through the crack in the wall to track the garden. With every step he took into the pond, he couldn't help but worry about what happened to the holy angel. What if it was overpowered by the ant king? What if I set the holy angel to its demise? Sen was sent a long way into the mountain when the tunnel ended. The tunnel moved forward, darkened with every step forward. The only light he had was the two spirits, but even that couldn't guide him through the deep, blinding thunder. It wasn't until he traveled about 1,000 feet that the tunnel finally widened. To his relief, he found the tunnel exited into a giant cavern that appeared to be a nexus of some sort, with different tunnels and passages leading off from the central cavern. To his delight, he spotted the holy angel in the center of the cavern. Thank God you're still alive. The holy angel remained locked in combat as it soared above the ant king. Although the ant king had been wounded, Sen could tell that it was still incredibly powerful. It lunged as the holy angel blocked its attack with its sword. With each lunge, it attempted to push the guardian back, as if it were trying to keep it out of the cavern. While the ant king's attention was fully on the holy angel, Sen was completely undetected. As he unsummoned the twin spirits, he took the opportunity to glance around the hollow cavern to try and figure out where the creature had brought them. The cavern was so large, Sen couldn't quite tell where it ended and the cavern began. The ants must have hollowed out the entire mountain. It's like a massive underground nest for them, Sen realized. But what I don't understand is, if this is a nest, why aren't there more ants? So far I've only seen the king and about 20 ants. Could that really be all of them? It was strange. For a nest this big, there should have been hundreds of ants, maybe more. The fact that only the ant king was present was strange. Did that anteater eat all the other ants long ago? Sen wondered. He remembered the sight of that anteater bursting from the side of the mountain, pursued by the sacred blood ants. Is that the reason the ants were chasing the anteater to begin with? Because it had killed the rest of the kingdom's ants? If this was true, it meant the anteater had to be more powerful than Sen had thought. It might have even been a super creature. But Sen wasn't too sure if that was correct. Other people could not sense it, but after learning the first spear of the Sandstone Sutra, Sen was extra sensitive to the life forces of the creatures he came across. However, nothing peculiar had struck him about the aura of the anteater. The anteater's life force is a little bit stronger than the typical sacred blood creature, but not as strong as a super creature. Across the cavern, the holy angel was still battling the devil ant king at full force. The holy angel launched forward, but the ant king reflected, sending the guardian crashing into the side of the cavern. But the holy angel didn't give up. Instead, it quickly took back to air and advanced again for the ant king. Eager to push back, it sliced its great sword at the creature every chance it could get. Even though the ant king was powerful, the guardian's attacks forced the king to retreat farther into a little cave at the far end of the cavern. Despite the angel's success in pushing the creature back, the ant still remained intact. Its shell was hard enough as it was, and with its power, it made it incredibly hard for the guardian to leave any lasting damage. The wound the holy angel had inflicted earlier on the ant king's side had already healed. Its shell shimmered and shined as if it hadn't been dealt a single hit. I'm not sure if I'll be able to kill it right now. Sen was getting concerned. I might need to return to come back and try again. But as Sen debated his next steps, he sensed something else had joined them in the shadowy edges of the looming cavern. The ground began to quake as a low rumble filled the cave. Digging its way through one of the side tunnels, Sen spotted the same anteater from before, licking its tongue. It curiously watched as the battle unfolded. From where he stood, it was difficult for Sen to follow the creature's movements through the cave. Its dark green fur helped the beast blend into the surrounding wall. If he didn't know it was there, he would have a hard time keeping track at that point. The anteater found a corner away from the battle and started to dig. Despite the amount of earth it was moving, the sound of the battle distracted from any noise the anteater was making. Using the noise as cover, Sen crept up beside him and watched as the creature finished digging and plunged itself into a new tunnel. Sen glanced at the Holy Angel and the Devil Ant as they continued battling on. Their battle isn't going to be finished anytime soon. I might as well see what the anteater is up to. He took a deep breath and decided to follow the anteater into the tunnel it had just created. All right, Mr. Anteater, show me what you're at. This anteater has to be after something. Why else would it be? Before he dove too far into the cave, Sen looked on as the two super creatures locked him down. Holy Angel and the Devil went at each other everything they had. Trading blow for blow, both creatures seemed confident in the fight, showing no signs of backing down. Seeing that he wasn't beaten, Sen continued down the anteater's newly made tunnel. As he explored the tunnel, he soon found that he had to crouch to follow the anteater into the cave it had created. The farther in he went, the smaller the cave got, until Sen was forced onto his hands and knees to make it through the tunnel. Not knowing if he was going to stumble into the powerful anteater, he moved slowly in an attempt to conserve it. 100 feet before Sen reached the end. Despite how close he was, the beast paid him no mind as it continued to dig. With determination, the beast was only focused on its mission: dig into the earth. Curious, Sen remained back and allowed the anteater to continue its path. Where is it digging this tunnel to? After another few miles crawling through dirt, Sen could hear the softened sound of metal clashing with metal. His eyes widened as he realized what the anteater was doing. The tunnel was curved, and it headed straight back into the cavern where the Ant King and the Holy Angel were fighting. Curious by the anteater's actions, Sen wondered if it had to do with what the Ant King was guarding. The Ant King must have been guarding the cave for a reason, but I don't understand why. Whatever it is, it's enough to make the anteater dig a secondary entrance through Devil's Mountain. Sen continued to follow the anteater from a good distance. It wasn't worth engaging in a fight now. He needed to see if the beast could lead him to what the cave was hiding. Not very much later, however, he heard a small landslide as the small tunnel started to quiver. Sen realized it was the tumbling of rocks as the anteater finally breached through the last bit of wall into another cavern. With its path fully carved out, the anteater quickly crawled out of the tunnel and back into the cavern. Not taking any chances, Sen summoned his peacock crossbow and loaded it with his raven bolts. He crawled out after the anteater,